Do we hear it now?
Y'all hear me? No, I don't hear it. Y'all hear it?
So what if we, no, I don't hear it. So what if we got two mics?
We got two mics. So is it me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my mic
Yeah,
off.
I'm gonna turn my mic off. Oh, we live. We live.
Sundays and Wednesdays, 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. It's the crew and you. Let's go.
You can't get any better.
Best thing about it, the way he did it, he did it the way he did it.
With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
Do y'all have anything to say about
What up? What up? What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. Congratulations to my dog, Chuck Little John, the OG.
Y'all didn't know I've been changing hats all night, have you?
No,
You've been doing
that's
it. And so look, let me tell you, those dudes were the first one that I ever seen with the full tracksuit and no drawers. You know what I'm saying?
Understand that you can be at the bottom, you can be anything you want to be, and when that happens, you can be a champion like me.
Can you imagine 100 people just all yelling?
With the crew and you, to the crew and you. With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
What up? What up? What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. I'm your boy G. To my right hand side, we got the OG. The OG. You can hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay.
You hear me? The OGs, Spartan Birds, LIV. Still 8. Still 8. Little John. Little John. Underneath us both, man. He got Decatur, best family vacation. Not Johnson's family vacation, but the Davis family vacation. Davis on location.
Shout out to
What up, bro?
Shout out to the Brian and Mac family who are also vacationing with me. We're doing it big, doing it great, like family do.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Dude.
Where y'all at? In Key West?
No. I'm actually right in the smack dab in the middle of Destin and Panama City. Nice little spot called 38. So it's not too bad, brother. Not too bad. Nice.
Nice. Good. Well, it's been a long time, man. We missed everybody out there. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you please host the channel as well. You're a sports fan, you're a sports fanatic, man. YouTube, thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. We got some man. Thank y'all so much for that. And Facebook show, we know y'all like it, man. Thank y'all for watching with it. Please share the stream as well. All right. All right, we got a great show, man. Now, first, tell me how y'all been, man.
No. You tell us how you been.
Look, I'm tired.
You the one that you the one that need me talking. Look, we've been watching you. Tell us where you've been. Tell us what you've been going through.
Okay, so we actually, my wife and I went out of town for a vacation. Her birthday was July 4th. We took a trip to Egypt and celebrated her birthday with the pyramids, and then left there and picked up the kiddos in Atlanta and took them down to the rainforest. So we've been in Puerto Rico for like 4 or 5 days. How do you know that? We've been ripping and running, man, but it's been fun. It's been fun. I guess I've been trying to post so y'all can see, the adventures that we've been doing. To keep y'all engaged as well, man. So y'all don't forget about us. So that's what we've been up to, man. That's what we've been up to. Glad to be back. It was so much fun. Egypt was beautiful, hot, but beautiful. Man, it was
Egypt. Right.
Dwight Howard was actually out there too.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard was out there. We went out there on the 30th. I guess he got there on the 1st. So yeah. I didn't get to see him or nothing, but I just saw some pictures. Like, oh, this man was at the pyramid too.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, I'm thinking you done had words with it or something. You know when he got there and everything.
Look,
Look.
then he gonna say, "Hey, he gonna be on the show," you know.
I was like, if I see him though, I'm trying to get him on the show. I know he just did the pivot, man. So he got
Don't have it. Don't have him on the show. 'Cause I'm gonna ask him, did you grab that dude in the crotch for real, man?
I got a whole new respect for him, man, after listening to his interview on the pivot, man.
Nope.
He's very, very humble guy, man. Very humble guy.
That don't mean he ain't a crotch grabber.
He might be a crotch grabber. and you know, he got like over like 400 or 600 acres in Georgia, man. Oh, he owns a farm.
I'm gonna tell you this. I lost for Dwight. Me and Dwight, we lost it whenever Kobe called him out.
Yeah.
When Kobe called you out, you soft. He kept saying you soft. And when he called him the girl's private part word, and he didn't say nothing. He said, "You know, I know." Kobe was calling on the court. Come on, man.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, man. It was a good experience. And
can I ask you a question? Let me ask you.
Yeah.
I got two questions for you.
Go ahead.
I've never been outside of, I've never been to Egypt. What was your first experience? Or tell me what you first felt when you got there and when you saw, let's say, did you see the Sphinx?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it big? Like the pyramids? Like what was your first reaction when you first saw all of that?
The pyramids are huge.
Okay.
And I think when I first saw it, I'm not a big history guy. But when I first saw it, I was amazed on how big the rocks were. The structure of it all.
Okay.
And they had the 3 of the pyramids that were built. One of them still had the original covering over the top of it. So it was like a not a flat, but it was like a clean shaving covering, but just at the tip, and it was still there. All the rest of them had wore off. And
now give me an example when you say it's huge. Like how tall? Like how 10 stories, 20 stories? I mean,
like Stone Mountain.
Oh, okay. Huge.
Yeah. Like Stone Mountain. So imagine somebody building Stone Mountain with bricks, rocks, big boulders. So I thought that was very interesting, just to see how many people did it take to carry a damn boulder, because they didn't have, you know what I mean?
They had an excavator.
They didn't have machines to do it, and it's right by the Nile, so they built them by the Nile so they can actually bring the boulders over and the rocks over by boat and by the river. So,
okay.
So that was interesting. The Sphinx, man, I had never heard of the Sphinx before in my life until that day. But seeing that,
never?
No, man.
He said, no, man.
History wasn't my thing, man. So, but Crystal, like, she knew all about that stuff. Like,
yeah.
She said they taught her that in high school. I mean, in elementary school.
Facts, me too.
You Chuck?
Yeah.
They taught you that, Chuck?
No.
Me neither.
What school y'all went to, man?
Me neither, dog. They didn't teach us that.
Really? I guess they should have taught you, but because I'm older than y'all, so they start upgrading the instructions that
means you should have got it first.
Nah, they weren't teaching it. You can't get what they don't teach.
Yeah. Right. So, but Crystal, she grew up here too, so they taught her that in Georgia. So,
must be a Georgia thing.
Yeah, must be Georgia.
When I saw you and I saw the Sphinx, or at least the area that you were in, I knew the Sphinx needed to be close by. King Tut, his tomb, and did you see any tombs?
Yeah, we saw King Tut's tomb.
We saw
a lot of the king's tombs. and I just learned. I thought the tomb was the damn casket. I didn't know the tomb was
That whole
the whole thing. Yeah, that you
is the
walk in.
tomb.
It is. Yeah, I didn't. One of the tombs, dog. It was like a doggone 45-foot straight down
Drop.
to the where the casket would have been. Yeah, it. And then I said they do all the writings on the wall, all the pictures. So I posted some of the pictures and stuff inside some of the tombs.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty amazing, man.
I saw some of your hieroglyphics. And then at the same time, the thing that's amazing to me that all right, let me I just give you a quick snippet of my history with me learning history. When you are let's say like King Tut, some people get buried with you. Like when they close the tomb up, you get closed in the tomb with him. If you were a special part of his life, or you were a servant, or some of them got closed in with him. Or like I know they did horses and animals and stuff that meant stuff to him right there in the tomb with him. But you get closed up inside. At least that was the one thing that stuck with me as a kid. When at least that's how my teacher taught it to me. Things that were of value to him.
And I think they probably mixed up the words because they don't get buried in the same casket with them. What it is?
No. Yeah.
Okay, what it is in where the kings are, they will put them close to them, so they'll make them. Yeah, they'll make them a tomb close to where they are.
Right.
Not in the same. Yeah, not in the same.
No. Yeah. But they'll be. Yeah, but that's cool, man.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. So King Tut, I always wonder why was King Tut so popular? Why does everybody always talk about King Tut? But that's the only one they found because every people came and stole the
grave robbers.
Yeah, they came and stole all the caskets and stuff because they were made out of gold and all this jewels and stuff. So people came and stole it, but they kind of hid King Tut's. So behind another one. So they grabbed that one, and then no King Tut was there. So that's why his is still there, looking like that. So like I said, I took pictures of it, kind of posted some of them. My baby was like, he's kind of small.
He was a small kid.
King small. He died at 19. Like so.
Yeah.
He was king. Died at 19. So that's he didn't serve long. But that's the reason why he's so popular, I guess.
So cool, man. You had a good time.
So that was interesting. That was very interesting, man. And then the rainforest, I was I guess not enamored, but I thought it was beautiful first of all, but it rained like crazy, and I was like, why the hell? Like we was getting soaked out there, and the guy who told us to go out there was like, hey man, you don't need a poncho, you probably won't get wet that much. Man, it rained the whole time we was out there, man. But they said it rains like every 48 minutes out in the rainforest. Every 48 minutes it rains. Yeah, so pretty cool experience, man.
Were you riding a horse or a camel?
We rode a camel in Egypt. We rode a camel in Egypt. Okay. Man. So
man got skill.
Yeah, you saw. Hey, you gotta sit back on it, and the camel rides different than a horse. The camel got a little twitch to it, like a switch. So
okay.
So you ride like this, like my damn saddle was on the side. I was trying to push the saddle up. Yeah, it was rough. Then your legs be hurting. Yeah.
My last question. I saw you guys had full mask on or full gear on. What was that about?
That is due to block the heat because the sun is bearing down on you. If you don't have a hat or something on over your head, that will burn your head up. You'll be on fire sitting up there. So that wrap, it actually keeps you cool, and all the dust and stuff that comes, it kind of blocks all that too. So I had my glasses on, had all this covered up, so it don't get you all filthy while you riding on the camel.
So you wasn't hot with that on?
Actually, no, man, it was cooler. It was actually cooler. I actually, when they did that, we went somewhere else, man. To like you said, we went and watched to the where Jesus actually went to, where after he was born, he went to the cavern, the Church of Cavern, or the Cavern Church, with Joseph and Mary, and they stayed in there for 3 months. We went to that church, so I actually had it on there, man, just to try to stay cool with Saint as well, man. So it actually keeps you cool. So in the picture, Dwight Howard had one on too. He had put one on. He ain't got no hair up there either. So, well, no, he got the little woman hair, but yeah, but it keep you cool. Keep you cool.
All right, cool.
So
cool,
people think, man, why you wear that? We were thinking the same thing, like why you putting that on? But that's why a lot of wear it because it keeps them cool.
Cool.
All right.
So I got one question. I got one question. Not religious, not religious related like Corey been doing. I'm not about to get ordained or nothing like that. But, the one thing we used up on the stage, and you was I guess not a stage, but you was up there constantly spinning this thing. What the heck was that? What was that?
So that was the alabaster. So the alabaster is a very popular stone in Egypt, and so they were making a vase, and that's how. So they had a alabaster rock, and they chiseled it out the middle, and you grind it to make the inside smooth. So that's what that thing was doing. So they were showing me how to do it, man. I gave that man a break because he was sitting there doing it for a while, man. So I told him I'd take over and help him out, man. So I whoever bought that vase, man, your boy G kind of helped out, man, on that vase.
Made in Jordan. Okay. What is wrong with this alabaster? What is wrong with this?
So Crystal went after I did, man, and she probably did it longer than I did. I was like, damn, that was kind of strong. They was like, oh, you got to watch her. She's strong. Yeah. That was. No.
Well, cool, man. I'm glad you had a good time, big homie.
But they did say, so this will be the last thing. This lady was in the airport. So we did a tour of Luxor. That's where the Sphinx is. Not the Sphinx, that's where the is it the Sphinx? It might be the Sphinx. I can't remember. But so we went to Luxor.
The Sphinx is the head with the
lion. Yeah, the lion thing.
Lion, right, with the man head. Okay. No.
Right. Yeah. Was that with her? Then that was with her. I can't remember. But anyway, we went out there, man, and our flight was at 6. So we had to fly to Luxor from Cairo. So we flew in, got there about, I think we had to get on the 4:30 flight. Got there about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And we stayed out there. We were supposed to stay out there to 6 o'clock. Man, we got back to the airport, dog, about 1. We was done. We was like, hey, can we just go sit at our gate? They're like, no, we don't let nobody in until it's time for their flight. So we had to sit in front of the airport. They wouldn't even let us pass security. So we had to sit in front of the airport. So this young lady was there, and she was actually interning in Egypt, in Cairo. And she was saying, she had been harassed. She said she hates it up there because she's been harassed by the men. A young white girl, man. She said some boy grabbed her butt while she was walking. So she called her boyfriend who lived in France, in Paris, and asked him to come move out there with her. So, so, she said she's still being harassed. And so Chris was like, really? She said, I haven't had that problem. She's like, well, the guy you with, it probably looks a little more intimidating than my boyfriend does. So she was like, "Oh, him?"
Hey, he like, yeah, me.
Yeah, that, you know, I'm like, yeah, that's right. You know, I look intimidating. You know, he's like, the guy over here, he's always smiling. The guy who's wearing a Cowboys hat with glasses. You think he look more intimidating?
Hey, G was hugging everybody. What dog?
Yeah. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? What's up, my brother? Yeah. I was trying to be like the real Egyptians out there. I was out there, Shakron, Shakron.
What did you just say?
You know, I was trying to say thank
What
you
did you
and
just
no
say?
thank you. That's
Okay.
So
say it again.
Chakron.
Say it again, G.
Shakron is thank you.
Hey,
Shakron.
hey, Charlie.
Is no
I
thank
thought
you.
he was saying Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. All right, what? Say it again, G. Shaka Khan.
Hey,
Shaka Khan.
hey, Crystal was mad as a but like if you don't stop trying to talk like you Egyptian, cut it out. Stop it. I was killing their language, man.
Did you feel bigger than
trying.
most people? You ain't no short guy, you know. So did you feel intimidating there? Anybody?
I felt like they had a respect for me, you know.
Michael Jordan.
Hey, somebody said that. Do you play basketball? I mean, he was kind of joking. I was like, yeah, I did. You know, he was like, I didn't play high school. He said, you look like you could have. He's like, this superstar. I was like, MJ. He's like, MJ. Yeah, get that line.
Hey, that boy lying internationally. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
So yeah, but let me say that they are very friendly people, man. We had some great tour guides, Ahmed and Kareem and Deanna. They were all amazing. So anytime y'all go, man, y'all definitely have to use them to book your trip. So cool. They take care of you. All right, let's get into some sports, man. All right, we 22 minutes in. Let's start in the NBA, man. Let's start in the NBA. Dame Lillard decides to stay with the Portland Trail Blazers. And for me, I appreciate that. But he kind of came out and said, you know, a lot of these superstars are running, trying to chase these championships, and they're really not as meaningful when you do it now. Y'all give me your thoughts, man. Dame Lillard and him staying, and also what he said about these other superstars that are running, chasing rings just to. What do y'all think about it?
Corey, you want to go first? You want me to go? If I go, I'm gonna start some controversy. I always start controversy when I go first. You and G have a tendency to be on the same side, so I'm gonna go ahead and do what I do.
Cause you be talking that crazy junk.
I'm about to talk some crazy junk right now too.
Come on with it.
But for Dame Lillard, it's just like man just had a brain lock. What's my man that the Wizards just decided to stay?
Bradley Beal. That was
Bradley Beal. So I'm comparing Dame Lillard to Bradley Beal. So if you don't want to win a chip, then you just stay in place and take your glory for playing for the same team the whole entire time. Because unless your franchise brings somebody in there to help you, you're gonna be just like Bradley Beal. You will never win a chip. So you can call the ones that's chasing chips or whatever you want to call them. But last time I checked, we're in the United States of America, and we have freedom of choice. Some choose to, some choose not to. But so you go down the ones that choose to because you choose not to, and you don't want to win one, hoping that your franchise go do something they haven't done the entire time you've been there, and that's bringing you some help.
But that's not respectable, though, Charlie.
How is it respectable? It may be respectable to him, but that's a personal opinion. Just because this is your opinion, this is what you choose to do, you can't rightfully say what somebody else, in their opinion, choose to do something different than you. So they're wrong? No, they're not wrong. That's their choice. And they have that choice. You made your choice, they make theirs. You choose not to win a chip because you want to stay, you want to be glorified as playing with the same team the entire time.
Who said he ain't gonna win no chip?
Well, then how you gonna win one? How? Tell me what the team they got, how he gonna win one.
But now he chose to stay, but did he get the bag?
I don't know if he got the bag or not.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so what Dame Lillard is taking us back to is the Dominique Wilkins era, the Larry Bird era, where they sit there. I'm playing for my squad, and I'm finna try to make this my squad. I'm finna try to make this a winner. I'm not finna ride somebody else's coattail to try to win one. You see what I'm saying?
That's back in the what? Early 80s, 90s? We're in the 20th century now, baby.
That's respectable basketball.
It's different times in the 20th century.
But you can't dog that dude just because he's saying, listen, don't ride nobody else's coattail. I'm coming here to make this thing a championship. I'm the leader here. I'm Portland.
But I can't dog him by what he's saying, but he can dog other people by what they're doing.
I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to get the league back to where it used to be at a respectable level, where he's saying, listen, you plant your seed and watch the tree grow,
Mm-hmm. If you want to see how the level was set, LeBron set the level. LeBron said, I'm in Cleveland. You're not going to bring me no help. So I'm going somewhere with somebody where I can win.
And he wouldn't have won it had he done it. Can you win? It's more respectable when you win at home. If Dame wins one, it's going to weigh a little bit heavier.
No, it won't. If he win one, as y'all like to say, he go sit at the same table. Everybody else don't won one. Whether he played with his team the whole league or whether he did. I'm not saying I agree with y'all, but I'm saying that's y'all mentality. So if he stayed with that team the whole entire career, and he might win one, then he done had no more leverage, as y'all like to put it, than anybody else that won one that chased that championship.
But you know what? I'm sorry. I totally disagree. I'll say this here. If he did win one, what he'll end up saying is, I want it my way and my spot. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you this then. If that's the case, Corey, and he said what he said, then it's kind of contradictory. You know why? Because why would he post a picture of KD coming to play with him? What would KD be doing?
You coming to me? KD, he was recruiting.
I don't care. I don't care. But no. But you are faulting, legacy. No, Corey. But you are faulting people chasing championships.
No, what he's doing
that's what KD's doing already. KD's already, like Shannon Sharp said, a track star. He already out there running.
Right. That's what he do. Dame ain't leaving.
Right.
But he may be doing that, but he got something Dame don't have.
And how did he get it?
Don't make no difference how he got it. He got something that Dame doesn't have.
But no, he got it because he ran to the Golden State Warriors.
He is getting the bags and he getting the chips. Best of both worlds.
I just think that there's a different level there's a different level of respect that I got for Dame because he didn't run. I gotta give him that. He did not run. We know that Portland, he's gonna struggle in Portland, but he's out as long as he's in the lineup. When he had McCullough, they had a chance. He did this a lot to people. He did this a lot. He just needed some help, and Portland has yet to give him that help. Bradley Beal is the same way, but I will say this here, Charlie. There is a level of respect that you got to get to this man because he's not running.
Okay, I'm gonna let G say what he wants to say. Then I'm gonna have a rebuttal for that.
I agree with Corey.
I know you do. That's
I'm old school. Like, hey, fight for what you got to get, man. Don't team up with the guy who's better. If this man is beating you up, man, don't jump on his squad. And, hey, let's go beat somebody else up. No, you gotta make your team better. I'm down with that, man. I can appreciate the old school mentality. This new school mentality is killing me, man, and I think it's killing the league. But I on the other hand too, I can appreciate the kind of the players being able to control their where they want to go. I kind of like that because they're not being abused by the owners no more. But and I think it's bad for basketball. I think it's bad for the NBA. I think we're seeing a watered down brand of basketball because of it.
Gee, you're straddling the fence.
Oh,
you're straddling the fence. Yeah, he is. At one side of your mouth, you saying you agree with Corey. You old school. At the other side of your mouth, you say you like the athletes having the opportunity to control their own destiny.
I can appreciate. I can appreciate.
So it's either come see or come stop. Either you want you this way or you that way. You can't straddle the fence.
Oh no, I want it back the old way now.
Right.
So I want it back the old way.
Okay, so where's Steph Curry played?
Hey,
how many teams did Steph Curry play for?
One.
Huh?
One.
So how does Steph Curry and Dame Lillard compare then? They both played for the same team. Since y'all say it means so much more when you stay with your same team.
Where you going with this?
If Dame Lillard wins in Portland, it's gonna mean so much more than any of the championships Kevin Durant won.
No. That's not the name I just called. That is not the name I just called. What is the name I just called?
It's going to be the same as Steph because Steph did it
because y'all throwing that playing for the same team. So I'm saying Steph Curry played for the same team the whole entire time. So his
championships are legitimate.
So the championship that he won with KD are legitimate too.
He won before KD and he won after.
No. That's not the question I asked, sir. I asked you, sir. Listen to my question.
Okay.
Are the championships that he won with KD legitimate in your eyesight?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got another question. So is the championship that LeBron won with street clothes, is that legitimate?
Wait, your comparison is legitimate?
I'm saying, what was street clothes doing?
What do you mean? What was he doing?
Was he chasing the championship?
They hadn't won. They hadn't won anything.
Who had won?
The Lakers. They hadn't won.
Was street clothes chasing the championship? Yes or no?
He came with LeBron and they won one together. It ain't like he came and.
But he had won one in New Orleans.
That's not
no. I get what you're saying. I think I get it, but it ain't the same. But I get what you're trying to make the comparison. But your comparisons suck, Charlie.
No, they don't. They're all the same thing. It's just different athletes going different places doing the same exact thing.
He got traded, right? He got traded to the Lakers, right?
Some of y'all say he wanted to go though.
But he got traded though. He wanted to go somewhere, but he got traded to the Lakers.
That was a consensual agreement.
No, where you tripping, man? Where you missing this?
I'm throwing all this out there, y'all getting confused on me, but it's all the same thing.
No. What we're saying is, if you build something and then somebody come in and add some nails to it after I've already built it, and then you come in and lay your head down, it's not, you didn't build this. You know what I'm saying? You like when we're talking about Dame Lillard, right? We know that it's going to be a struggle if Portland ever wins one. It'll be a while, But what even if he's giving up the opportunity to win a championship, he's staying in Portland. He's not going anywhere.
Freedom of choice.
He's gonna live and die with what his choice is what he's saying. I respect that.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Right. And that's freedom of choice. But you can't disrespect somebody that doesn't agree with him or don't agree with you and G. How y'all gonna disrespect somebody because since I'm in the United States of America, I can make my choice to go where I want to. That's why they call it free agency. That's why I call it govern my own destiny, like KD is doing. I don't want to play here. I'm in high demand. I can go play pretty much any other team would want me if they got the right deal that's gonna come to Brooklyn. So if I can control my own destiny, I'm gonna control my own destiny. Yeah, G, you might like the old school, but the old school they couldn't really do that.
But what you're saying is,
I like the old school. I like the old school because of the competition. That's what I like. I like the fact that they wanted to go against each other. That's what I want to see. I want to see you battle, man. I don't want to see you join forces with somebody who just. I want to see y'all battle it out. I want to see everybody bring your best players out there, man. Let's see who the best. Don't come.
How is Dame go battle by himself, man?
No, so just because Dame got paid don't mean he can't bring other players in. They got multiple teams. They got teams out there with multiple people getting multiple contracts.
I'm saying, but how is he go battle by himself? How is Dame going to battle by himself?
What you mean? Like if he take all the money,
No, with no help.
Anthony Simons is a good one, right? The one who just got paid $100 million. Anthony Simons.
For Portland?
Yeah. Y'all told me he was a good one.
I didn't tell you that because I don't even know who he is. I know I didn't tell you he was a good one.
I ain't tell you. He said, I ain't tell you that.
That's why I said when you said that, I said who?
Let's welcome some people to the show, man. ATL guy, Very, man, my guy Trevor. A to the Z Media Network, Zach. What up, big dog? You know he's putting that. Hey, he always bringing that. Then we got my guy Gideon, man. Hey, welcome to the show, my dog. Gideon also says, man, he personally thinks you should always put yourself in a position to win. If Dame joined the Bucks or Sixers, he would have a better chance to win it all. He won't win.
And Gideon, we understand that, but what we're saying is the level of respect that you have when you stay at your spot. We know that Portland is where? That's Dame Lillard town, right? We know that that's his spot. Now, if he leaves and goes to New York, if he goes to the Sixers, he's not gonna be the same Dame Lillard. He's gonna be I'll give you an example. These guys that are chasing championships, the Beard has been to where? OKC, Houston, the Sixers. I mean, Brooklyn, now the Sixers. Ain't won nowhere. It's gonna be watered down when he finally gets one because they've been chasing all these years. Is it gonna be the same? No. Now, if he won one in Houston when he left OKC and he signed that bag and that was his team, it would have meant something to me. Now, in his career, I feel like it's just like you said, championship chase. It's not gonna be the same.
Yeah, and that's what it's about for me. If you went to a team where you were the man and you couldn't win, I think if you go somewhere else and win, then I think it doesn't mean it's not as special as it would be if it was your squad. Now you're not Batman no more. You're Robin, so you don't get the same accolades.
Oh, so now you want to try to use my little Batman Robin thing?
Yeah. Okay. Look. Okay, Tom. So since you understand Batman Robin, when KD went to OKC, I mean, when he went to the Warriors, was he Batman or was he Robin when he won?
He won 2 MVPs, so I guess he was Batman.
That was. Come on, man. Come on.
He may have been Batman for 2 seasons.
Hey, Young Steezus, what's up, Chris? That's my baby boy, man. Change his name again.
Okay.
All right. So Gideon says also sometimes loyal on an average team that won't win, but it is like you are loyal to a girlfriend that treats you like trash. rather than going into a girl that treats you well.
Get Corey with one of his own ideologies. Yeah. Get Corey with his own ideology.
I'd rather say that she don't treat you like trash. Just somebody you never gonna marry.
Throw it right back at Corey. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, let's add my dog A to Z Media Network. My dog Zach. What's up, Brody?
Hey man, I'm good, man. I hope your vacation's going good, Corey. Hope yours was good, G. Chuck, hope you're doing all right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's happening, brother?
Not much, man. Just hearing this Dame blasphemy.
Okay.
Completely on Chuck's side.
You on Chuck's side?
Completely.
Oh my God! Here we go. Okay.
Well, like I like the old school way. I like the old school way of staying and like trying to build a championship team, but he's not trying to win. He wants the money. No. Yes, you can't pay $61 million to a guy, $100 million to his backup, and ever expect to win. Bradley Beal cried he wanted to win, just signed a supermax. Dame, if he wanted to win, he would have taken. If he wanted to stay with Portland and win, he would have taken a pay cut to try to bring more people around him. A la what James Harden's doing. He opted out of $47 million. It's going to take less to get Joel Embiid and him more help.
Because he know he's not worth $41 million.
Okay,
but so robbing somebody.
Russell Westbrook knows he's not worth it. He still took it.
Because he's a thief. He's a thief.
Corey, if you were offered $47 million and you said, yeah, you know what? I'm not worth it. I don't want $47 million. No. He wants to win.
You know what? But I'm saying there's a level of compassion that you got to have for the owner. Because if you rob somebody, you got to say, look, I'm finna rob you. And we ain't finna win.
Name one player who's been compassionate about robbing someone out of money.
LeBron James has done it for years. He hadn't had a max deal yet.
Yeah, because he wants help to help win.
Because he don't need the money from them. He getting $500
Neither
million.
does Damian Lillard. Hulu doesn't just have live sports. It's a lifestyle. You know those commercials where they're just raining in hundreds? That's what Dame cares about.
I get that. Let me ask you this question here. Why do they offer a max deal to somebody if they don't expect if the team doesn't expect to win some kind of way? That's like saying I have it, but I got why give it to the person?
To make sure fans like you and I still come to games to watch our team play, to make sure there's someone exciting to watch. Like Bradley Beal's exciting to watch. He's a heck of a scorer. He'll fill seats in Washington at least as much as he can.
No, I would say not like that. If I'm in DC and you say, "Hey man, I got 2 tickets to see the what's the Wizards? What are they now?
Wizards.
Bullets."
Yeah, but would you rather see him with Rui Hachimura as the best player or Bradley Beal if you're a Warriors fan or if you're a Wizards fan?
I'm not going to a Wizards game. That's my point.
If you're a Wizards fan, you would.
No, I'm not even going to a Wizards game. I'm like, you
thousands
good, brother?
Of people that do before Bradley Beal,
and I don't understand.
They're not going to win.
But they offer max deals when knowing that they still have some more bread to offer other people. I mean, but
bread out there. There's more bread out there.
But
go look at the Portland Trailblazers cap situation? They ain't bringing nobody in.
That may be true, but what we're saying is, and I get what you and OG are talking about, but you're telling me that the level of respect for Dame staying at home and playing in his court, that's his stadium, that's his team. That's not respectable.
I mean, it's fine. I just not for the reasons you claim it to be. It's for the money.
I don't think it's for the money. I don't think it's for the money either.
I don't think it's for the money.
If it wasn't for the money, he would have left Portland a long time ago.
I think he wants to win in Portland.
So did Clyde Drexler.
I think he's a superstar that's not.
So did Clyde Drexler, and he left.
Don't you do Clyde Drexler like that? They had a squad.
He couldn't do, but did he win?
No, I'm just saying they had.
Let's not.
And that was doing our time.
Help in his career either. He had C.J. McCollum for his prime. He had Nurkic before he had injury issues. He'd been to the Western Conference Finals and laid an egg against Golden State himself personally.
Everybody's laid an egg.
My boy Gideon Armand, G Money down in the comments, salute. You give him the link, he'll tell you Dame Lillard's faults. He's a Dame Lillard. No, he doesn't hate Dame Lillard, but he gives the truth on Dame Lillard too.
Kristen. So also Dame, what it say? Also, Dame doesn't know how to handle a double team. Come on, don't do that. Triple team. Don't do that. That's blasphemy. Don't do that. Dame is
he a good defender?
Dame is an all-star, huh?
Is he a good defender? Does he jack up a lot of long threes?
He does, but
Does he bust out double and triple teams? No, he doesn't. Watch his film.
Come on,
He
man.
don't.
Y'all
He
blaspheming,
doesn't.
man.
He
Y'all
Nothing is
doesn't.
best.
blaspheming.
Hey, y'all not gonna sit here and just dog Dame Lillard out like he's not a beast.
He's a
Listen,
career
y'all started this, G.
40% field goal percentage in the playoffs for his career.
That's just the playoffs. Don't do that. Don't do that. I get it, but look who he has to go up against in the Western Conference.
But that don't
It's
change
not.
your
It's not an
efficiency.
easy feat, huh?
He hit 1 game winner, dude. That's all he ever did in the playoffs. 1 game winner.
That is not true.
What else has he done?
I guess y'all want to change the subject now, don't you?
Yeah, we
No.
about to change the subject. We about to
Go
change
ahead,
the
dude.
subject.
I know. That's the way it always works out.
Chuck is
No,
married.
Gideon. No, you're a Dame hater. You said people call you a Dame hater. I believe it. I believe it, Gideon.
No,
Gee.
he actually was screaming. He thought Dame should have went to Philly before Harden, and he thought they would have won a championship. Fairness to
That's-
G Money, he thought Dame Lillard should have went to team up with Embiid, and he thought they would have been unstoppable, or Milwaukee with Giannis, and it would have been before Drew Holiday got traded there. He thought Dame should have teamed up with those two. It's true. Dame's not a number one option on a championship team.
I don't know about that.
He never will be.
All right. So John Morant
Or he's gone.
just came out and said that the GOAT, Michael Jordan, would just be a regular player superstar in this league right now.
Now you talking about blasphemy? That's blasphemy.
Hold on. He said regular player or regular superstar.
Superstar, a regular.
So he'd still be a superstar, just
He'll
not.
be a
Who said that?
superstar.
Who said
John
that?
Morant. He said he'd just be a regular in this league right now. He wouldn't be no different than a Steph Curry and Kevin Durant.
But there's still some of the.
He won't be no
greatest
different
players
than a Kevin Durant or Steph Curry.
That's what he said. That's what John Morant said.
So what does he consider Kevin Durant and Steph Curry then?
ever. No, but you said a regular superstar. Like he'd still be a
Regular
superstar. He just wouldn't be the greatest ever.
So he's saying that in this day and age, the Bulls would have won 2 sets of 3 championships. That's what he's saying. That's what he's trying to
He
say.
No, that's a team sport. He's trying to say
would
Jordan
not
wouldn't be
the
as.
GOAT if he was playing in this league right now.
Yeah, that's a team thing. Yeah, he would
That's-
be
that's
talking about
BS.
Jordan as a player.
Wait, okay, so let's go. So who's in agreement with that? Before I start saying what I
There
is
you
there
go.
anybody?
Who
Yeah,
would
is
agree?
there anybody on this panel that agrees with that statement?
No, I think he done. He bad about punching the bear.
Okay,
He punching the bear again. Because I'm telling you,
No.
the minute he starts slip sliding away,
long as on this panel we understand how crazy that statement is.
but I thought you didn't like Jordan, Corey.
I don't, but I know that I know good. Listen, I know there's some moves. I got tapes of this dude. I don't like him personally. I don't like how he handles himself as a businessman. I don't like how he conducts his team and all that. But for me to not know that the MJ ain't the GOAT, listen. I won't even be on this panel with y'all. I ain't stupid.
But you know something? The one
I
thing
just don't
Joe
like
had, one thing Joe had to consider is back in them days, and you take that away now, wasn't no such thing as no flagrant fouls.
Now what? Hold up. Now I ain't gonna go there about fouls with you. He got some
Right.
ticket tag fouls.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just talking
Don't
about
do that.
back in the day and age when Jordan played.
Okay.
Not just Jordan. I said the flagrant foul wasn't the thing. The brand of basketball was a whole lot tougher back then.
Oh yeah. No doubt about that. I go with that. I go with that.
Then this flop mania that they got going on now.
But I will say, in
That's
terms
not
of, go ahead.
that's not the player's fault that it's a flop. That's the league for changing the rules. They flop because it benefits them because that's part of the rules. These guys are they're actually a lot more athletic now than they ever were as a league. So they're better physical specimens. There was only so many Michael Jordans, like athletically, Clyde Drexler, him, like everybody's 6'6" and can jump out of the gym now.
Now let me ask y'all this though. Okay, so let's go with that. I think was it the 72 win Bulls squad, right? Now, or let's just go with the essence of MJ, Scottie Pippen, Rodman, Kerr. Just the whole that team by itself. Could that team compete in the league today?
Nope.
Absolutely.
No,
Jordan,
Not enough
Jordan,
offensive firepower now.
Jordan, Rodman, Kukoc, and Pittman.
Yeah.
They're too slow.
Absolutely.
They get run out the gym.
The
you
game
don't think that
slows
that thing
People
could
can
run?
run up and
down
down,
in the
side.
playoffs.
Well, no, Jordan and Pippen can run. Could Luke
the
Longley
game
run
slows
with today's
down in the
bigs?
playoffs. The game slows down in the playoffs.
Rodman couldn't
Not,
play in
not
this
that
league.
slow.
Rodman
Rodman
couldn't play in
could.
this.
You got
So
three.
that's that squad.
Could Steve Kerr play in today's league? No, he's too
Hey,
small.
what were the scores in the finals this past year? Y'all
What you
remember
mean?
scores in the
Total
NBA
points?
finals?
To my total points.
Yeah, points. Y'all remember the points?
You can talk about that, but go by the eye test. There's nobody on that Bulls team other than 3 players that are athletically capable to play in this league.
That's in all of them though. Like
All the old teams, yeah. Ask Kevin
I'm talking
Garnett.
about-
None of them are athletic compared to
I'm
today.
talking about Jordan, Pippen, Rodman can play with anybody in the league right now,
Yeah,
right?
that's 3 of them.
You name 3 players on everybody else's team the same way. Like there's only 3 people on the Golden State Warriors that you worry about. Like they
Athletically,
they can guard everybody on their roster. Like that's not an issue.
So you're saying the Golden State Warriors bench could compete with that? What is it? I mean, that 72 team roster.
I'm saying the Bulls can compete with them.
I'm saying the same thing.
Luke
Yeah.
Longley could chase Kevon Looney around. Luke Longley is as athletic and fast as Kevon Looney.
Looney ain't doing nothing. You see how he run up the court? That boy ain't going nowhere.
Looney's a lot bigger, a lot faster than Longley ever was. Come on now.
Longley could shoot. Longley could shoot now, and then he was a better free throw shooter.
Yeah, but he could sit there. He couldn't get up and down the court with these boys. Steve Kerr couldn't last a day in today's league. Just because you can shoot, he can't move. He can't guard nobody. He's not big enough.
He
Strong
was
enough.
athletic, but he wasn't a bad athlete.
But that's
Seriously?
It was 6 foot, 6
Steph
foot,
Curry.
170 pounds.
That's the same thing y'all say about
Steph Curry's 6'3", 190.
But you say he don't play on defense though.
He
You
really
just-
doesn't.
Right. So you just said that thing about Steve Kerr.
But he's more
right?
athletic than Steve Kerr. Way more athletic than Steve Kerr.
Why? Because you can dribble more.
Way more. Name one person with Steve Kerr's stature and athletic ability in the league. Name one person with Luke Longley's athletic ability in the league.
Patty Mills.
Steve Kerr and Stephen Curry.
Patty Mills is
that's
way
alike.
more athletic than Steve Kerr.
Patty Mills?
Yes.
Come on, Mr. Spotter.
He's still faster. He's stronger. He's more athletic than Steve
Stronger
Kerr, Mr.
where?
Plummer.
Patty
Mr.
Mills?
Plummer.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
dog.
Yes.
Patty Mills.
Yes. He's more athletic than Steve Kerr. What do you want?
So, okay, in a
Just 'cause it
half
was your
court,
guys' era doesn't mean they're less athletic. Doesn't mean they're
in
the
a
same
half
as these
court
guys.
game,
Because
in
you
a
watch them doesn't mean they're as fast, as strong, as big as these guys. Every league evolves athletically. The NFL, the MLB, the NBA, it's the same thing. John Stockton's son, great shooter, great, about the same build, same athletic ability, barely cracks G League rosters his whole career. Why?
you just-
Athleticism,
He's not as good.
ability to stay in front. Yeah, but
not
he's
as
got the
good.
same build.
did you just use John Stockton? John Stockton had what did John Stockton have his entire career?
IQ.
Malone.
No, but I'm just saying, could he play in today's league, John Stockton?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Who's he guarding? Who is he guarding?
He was an assist man. That was his thing.
What defense is he breaking down? Is he going to break down John Morant?
The league is not even defensive. The league doesn't have that same type of defense
Be able
anymore.
to get by these guys.
These boys don't play no defense.
When guys
Nobody.
like Kevin Garnett and guys that know more about basketball than we would ever know, actually admit Kevin Garnett played in that era. He admits that era was a lot worse athletically. This era is a lot more skilled, and those guys back then, to get off my lawn, old guys, talk a lot of junk, but they know they couldn't compete at this level. They know they're not that skilled or athletic. Look what Kevin Garnett says, man.
John Stockton's like a what Chris Paul is right now.
Except for with a plumber's body.
But they play the same way.
How many years has John Morant been in the league? 3?
Yeah, 3 or
Yeah.
4. Yeah,
3 or 4. Yeah, 3 or 4.
he's
So
going
to
into
me,
his third.
he don't even have enough clout to even come out and make this kind of statement.
Well, John,
No, he doesn't.
John's
Kevin
been
Garnett
coming
does.
off- John been talking a lot over this past summer.
Yeah.
I feel like John might be getting ahead of himself, man.
Yeah, because you know he poked that Steph Curry bear.
Yeah. Getting 3 years. He's been in 3 years.
Yep.
All right.
Now, my curiosity has been scratched a little bit here. Now, let me ask you this, Zach. Could Magic play in the league? In this
Absolutely,
league?
6'9", athletic. Yeah, he could.
Magic
But-
Johnson's not athletic at all. What do you mean?
No, but he was athletic enough. He's more athletic than John Stockton.
They were about the same.
No.
And
Magic had bad knees his whole career, right?
I'm a Magic man. I know. Look, he taught me how to play point guard, and that I wasn't athletic either. So
Not many people in the NBA were athletic by today's standards. Gerald Green, remember Gerald Green?
Yep.
He would have been
Gerald
a
Green.
dominant player in the 80s and 90s, just off athletic ability alone. He would have dominated.
Wait a minute, which Gerald Green you talking about? The Boston
The one
Celtics
that
Gerald
blew
Green?
the one that blew the candle out in the dunk contest. Gerald
okay,
Green.
Yeah.
Not Danny Green, not his brother.
Yeah.
Gerald
Yeah,
Green.
yeah.
Would have been
He
a
played like
beast
3
in the 80s.
seasons, right?
Danny
He had
Green.
17 points a game in a year in this modern era. He would have destroyed back then. 20-plus point a game score, guaranteed. Off athleticism. He could blow by anybody back then.
He was just he wasn't a smart
Just
player.
because you grew up in that era doesn't mean this era isn't more athletic, Corey.
Gerald
they're
Green
all
was
I
Gerald
know.
Green was stupid. What? Not let me change. I don't want to use that word. Gerald Green, he wasn't the brightest though, right?
He's was the NBA, wasn't he?
Yeah, athletic.
You had to be pretty good basketball IQ to make the league. Anyone in the league would destroy any one of us. We could all four
yeah.
go against Gerald Green and destroy us.
Oh yeah, but
Okay.
his athleticism is what got him there.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. And back then, you go and find 6'6", 230-pound shooting guards back then with a 48-inch vertical. There wasn't many. Michael, Clyde, who else?
It wasn't many. You're right. That was. But
Gerald
my
Green's
point,
an average everyday player today.
but the
You know,
statement.
when he played.
Now, okay, could Mike play?
He ain't make it long.
What?
Could Mike play? MJ.
Yeah, he could play today. We saw him play in the modern era. Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mike
Kobe Bryant was a carbon copy of Michael Jordan.
Mike will average 40 plus in this league right now.
Stop.
I ain't gonna say that.
Stop.
I-
That's such get off my lawn.
You can't touch him. You can't touch him now. You can't
From a
touch him
foul
now.
standpoint.
Like,
From a foul standpoint, yes.
this man, he will live at the free throw line. Like this, you can't touch him. So yeah, he'll average 40 plus.
Oh, in this league here, in the non-touch league, in the ticket tape foul era. Okay.
Yeah, he'd sit there in ISO in the mid-range, and his team would lose by 20. Just like Kobe Bryant led teams when Kobe was the only guy.
Oh, well, no. I mean, he got
Yeah, when they were the 7th and 8th seed teams, when it was just him.
Kobe is the best example of the story that we were talking about, like with Dame Lillard. Whenever the Lakers went down in that crappy era, he stayed. He could have. Kobe could have went anywhere.
Yep.
But the good difference is the Lakers start
Kobe's
bringing in
Kobe.
help, Corey.
Yeah, but Kobe's Kobe. He's Dame
They're
Lillard.
not bringing in no help.
right.
All I meant, like Kobe Bryant, literally every move, exactly like Michael Jordan. Michael even says he's a carbon copy of him. Kobe
Yeah,
says
bro.
he's a carbon copy of Michael.
Yeah.
And he was probably just as intense, if not more. And
You know
just
how
as
many other
competitive,
players
if not more.
tried to copy? You know, it's like cheating on somebody else's paper, but you gotta
But
be
Kobe
able
did
to
it
still,
perfect.
yeah, you gotta be able to still hit the shot. You gotta still be able to do the move right. You know,
Which
so
Kobe did.
Harold Miner tried it too. It didn't work for him.
No, Kobe did.
baby Joy. Come on, man.
All right, man. Let's move on, man. Hey, let's go to the NFL. Oh, let's go to WNBA. Today, man, they had their all-star game today. I didn't really get a chance to watch. I saw some highlights and some little clips of it.
Yeah, I watched it.
You watched it, man. Give us your thoughts. Tell us what you saw during that WNBA All-Star game, big dog. I know you, Corey. You got to go.
Team Wilson.
Team Wilson. It wasn't even close. It was like LeBron, Team LeBron versus Team Durant out there.
Yeah. But
I ain't never seen nobody cheerlead for Asia Wilson. I mean, Wilson.
Corey, hate done good. Hate done look good on you, man.
Get some LIB.
But no, it was a great game. It started out with oh man, you asked about this, and I gotta bring it up. One of the young ladies just retired. What is her name?
Sylvia
Fowles.
Fowles.
Yeah, Fowles. So the game started out with Fowles hitting the 3-pointer. That was the first shot of the game.
Okay.
So she hit a 3-pointer. Then about 5 minutes into the game, they stole the ball. She broke down court on the breakaway and throwed it down. I mean, dunked down. Yeah. That's probably the most exciting game. You know, Kelsey Plum had 30 points, the MVP. But when they did the selection, Asia Wilson went big with her selections, and then at the end they could trade. So they traded Bird and Fowles. So Sue Bird was on Asia's team at first, and then they flip-flopped, and Fowles went to Asia's team, and Bird went to the other team. But yeah, it was a pretty good game. It was a pretty good draw there. Attendance was great, but like you say, Team Wilson just took it over from the beginning. They never did let up. I think they got it down to single points one time in the third quarter. But one thing they did do that I thought was great, after halftime, both teams changed their jerseys, and everybody came out with Brittany Griner number on with her name on the back of the jersey.
Oh, wow.
After halftime. That's what they wore for the entire second half. And their warm-up T-shirts, they had her number and her name on the back of their warm-up T-shirts also. You know, they made a big snippet at the end during halftime about her also.
Okay.
And of course, she was an honorary starter also.
Right. So, what do y'all think about what the coach of the Phoenix Mercury said? She came out and said that this is not an all-star game if Diana Taurasi is not in it. It's not a real all-star game. Skylar Diggins took offense to that, and I think some of the other players did as well, man. What do y'all think about that? That comment. Let's start with you guys, Big Zach.
I didn't hear it like live, so maybe things can be taken out of context sometimes. Like maybe like, for example, you know, if Kobe's last year, maybe he wasn't in the All-Star game and they said it's not an All-Star game without Kobe in it. You know, it could have just been like a respect and homage to Taurasi, who's been a great. But like I said, I don't know, you know, how it was taken, you know, if it could have been taken out of context or it could have been directed at other players. But I mean, Skylar Diggins is great in her own right as well. So if, you know, it's just a changing of the guard. You know, you have your next generation of stars and great players, and some people like you and Corey and Chuck like to stay 20 years in the past instead of looking at the future. You know, sometimes you just got to get with the times.
No.
No.
Now, okay, let me ask you this. Is it fair to put somebody in their last All-Star game if they've been playing terribly?
Well, Kobe did. Kobe was playing awful, and they put him in.
You can't. That's blasphemy, though. This is Kobe we're talking about here.
Kobe
He was playing awful.
And last year?
Yeah, he was awful.
Kobe wasn't playing awful. His team was playing awful.
He came off an Achilles injury. Didn't he have an Achilles injury, too, after that his last season? He came off that, right? He scored 60 in his last game.
Final game, he was great.
No, he wasn't playing bad.
The whole season, he was bad.
The team was bad.
He wasn't an all-star.
I don't remember Kobe being.
last year.
What do you mean by Kobe played bad? What is Kobe playing bad?
Computer on you, man.
I know, right? You blasphemy, bro.
Just because you love Kobe and look at the numbers.
On his last,
Look at the numbers and tell me they're all-star numbers. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. You tell me that they gave him like some flowers and he come and play in the All-Star game his last season?
His last year, 17 points. 2.8 assists, 3.7 total rebounds. Effective field, and this isn't even field goal percentage. Effective field goal percentage of 41%.
You know what I mean? All-Star
Field goal percentage, 35% field goal percentage.
No. What you giving me?
28% from 3, 17 points, and that's all-star numbers?
You're comparing it to because he's Kobe. You know how many All-Stars play with those same numbers every year?
No. Name me one other All-Star with 35% from the field that was an All-Star. Name
Wiggins, Andrew Wiggins.
44% from the field.
Paul Pierce.
Oh my!
Not
Pierce.
35. Paul
Paul
Pierce
Pierce.
never shot 35% for his career. In one
No,
year.
you just talking about the All-Star game.
Yeah, but
Kobe Bryant that whole year averaged 35% from field goal percentage.
How many games did he play in his last season?
60 something.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Okay. Look it up.
You telling me coming off an Achilles injury, he played 66 games?
Look up his numbers, Corey. In his last year. Look up his numbers, Corey. Look him up. If you want to challenge it, look it up.
I would look him up, but I'm on vacation.
Last year, games. 66 games played. 35 games a year before that. 6 games in 2013 when he tore his Achilles. He was 2 years removed from touring his Achilles. Not one. And 66 games, 28 minutes, 17 points, 35.8% from the field, 28% from 3. Terrible efficiency. No other All-Stars ever had that. Not even Jordan in his last year. 3.7 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 17 points. That's not All-Star numbers.
If I didn't have to go, I would sit here and argue with that crazy stuff that you're talking. But you know what? I know G is way more of a Laker guy than me. You know, and I know he'll have a whole look. You see him on the phone right now. We looking at that. Yeah, he ready. And look,
but it's true. There's not one other player that not 35% from 3, 35% from the field.
From the field. Right.
That was an All-Star. 35%.
And that's even worse. That's even more terrible that you're saying from the field, not 3. Come on, man. You can't do that with Kobe.
I love Kobe, but that was a given.
You sound like it.
That was a given. Also, it's true. He was given the All-Star because it was his last year.
You think and then you add more to the saying he was giving it. First of all, you got to be voted in, right? The past 10, 12 years, they've been voting them in, right?
The starters get voted in. Coaches can vote reserves in.
And who's going to veto Kobe?
Nobody. Because he's Kobe Bryant. One of the best players ever. Amazing basketball player.
Jordan was scrapping his last
that's what I'm getting at. He got in because he's Jordan.
He played with a bum shoulder the whole year in his last
now
season.
We got the excuses. It doesn't matter. He's still not an All-Star that year.
He was All-Star.
Guys, I got to go ahead and go, man. Listen.
All right, Corey.
All right, my dog.
Zach.
We got Trevor on here, man. We about to add Trevor to the.
That's fine.
Hold it down.
So,
hey, man,
you good, Trev? Be on it, man.
Genie the back.
I got you. What's good,
dog, man? Welcome to the show, big homie.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
No doubt. Hey, so we gonna jump off about Kobe Bryant, man. I can't believe you, big. I can't believe
love Kobe. It's just true. He wasn't an All-Star in his last year.
Yeah, I heard the last part of that argument, man. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
It's true.
You know he was on the fair. He was on the farewell tour. They had to do
That's what it was. I didn't say I disagree with it. I just meant because they were talking about Taurasi. I said Taurasi, like she got the Kobe treatment from that coach.
She's now on the farewell tour. She's now on the farewell tour.
No, but I'm saying that they said it's not an All-Star game without Taurasi, just like it wouldn't have been an All-Star game without Kobe.
Okay, I kind of agree.
That's what. Oh, wow! Get past the name, and then
No, we can't get past that.
Like Derek Jeter with the Yankees, he did not deserve his last 3 or 4 All-Stars, and I'm a Yankee fan. He got him because of his name. Heck no.
Well, you might be right about that. All right, man. NBA Summer League, man. Have y'all been checking it out?
Yeah.
the top 2 picks, man, have been showing out. I was kind of skeptical about Paulo. I wasn't sure about what he was really going to bring. You know, I liked him in Duke, but I didn't think he was that dude. I thought he was okay.
You liked him at Duke,
huh?
You say you liked him at Duke?
Yeah, I thought he was good at Duke, but you know, I thought he was just okay. I thought it was just okay. But that shows you that Duke be holding players back over there in Duke, man. So, but he's showing out, man. His skill set is more than I thought it was. But him and your boy and OKC, Holmgren, Chet.
Oh,
they play a good ball, man.
Porzingis 2.0.
Oh, you think so?
He's skinnier than Porzingis was.
I think he's more athletic.
Yeah, he is. But he's a lot thinner. You see what Kenny Lofton Jr. did to him?
What did he do to him?
Destroyed him. 6'7", 275-pound. Bullied him.
I watched the end of that. The Kings, was it the Kings versus the Magic? They had it on ESPN. It was yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday, yeah.
And I don't know how it ended because I ended up watching the fights, but UFC fight night. But the Magic were blowing that game, man. It was sad. I don't even know what the outcome was. Who won?
I think the Kings did win. I think the Kings won that game.
Wow. Yeah, they scored like 7 points or 6 points in like 5 seconds or something like that. And it was less than 10 seconds left on the clock. Like, I don't know how you blow a game like that.
Oh, man. But let me say, man, it's been exciting. I tell you that much. This has been better than the damn regular season. The way these games have been played, man. But I really like what Chet is bringing to the game, man. I think he's leading Summer League right now in blocks. I mean, the guy is everywhere.
Yep.
And even though he is a slight at weight, he doesn't play like it though. He don't. I mean, I guess you said Kenny Lofton's son kind of bullied him, but I haven't seen him get bullied too much. My bad. No, Magic did win. Trev, they did win in double overtime by 2.
Yeah, he hasn't really played though. Like an
so
average size.
he could be a 4 or 5.
4.
He could be a 4.
Like Chet? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like Kevin Durant. Hey, I was wrong, Trev. The Magic won by 2.
Even Durant though, when he came. When Durant came in the league, he was slender and all that, but he still had more in his rear end than Chet did when they came in. Yeah. Chet looked like he's 13.
You know what?
Yeah, Chet looked like he's 13. But he goes up against just for Knicks, and I still want him traded. But Julius Randle, 1-on-1 against that kid will destroy him.
That's a big kid. I mean, he's skinny, but I saw that the guy that went undrafted. I don't remember if he went to Auburn or the 6'6" power forward center guy. He was bodying him.
Kenny Lofton Jr.
Right. What team does he play for? What team does he play for?
Zach.
I'm trying to look it up. I forget what team.
190.
Yeah, he's 7'1", 190.
190.
He go get bullied, man. If he 7'1" and 190.
Memphis.
You don't see that size in any other professional sports.
There he go.
I think him and Pokashevsky, the other light big guy they have, I think combined they weigh 250. They're like combined 14 foot tall, 250 pounds.
Come on, you just say he weighed 190, so you mean
I'm just being... But He looks a lot skinnier than 190, man.
Man.
190, if you're 7 foot tall.
And weigh 190 pounds? Wow.
He looks like them hype videos of those 10-year or 12-year-olds that went through a ridiculous growth spurt. They like can barely like crab walk down the court. He's gonna be just
man.
KP got batted up. It's funny you talk about Patty Mills. There's highlight videos out there when Patty Mills destroyed Kristaps in the post. And Kristaps was 230 coming out. Wait till Chet gets out there and actually gets bodied by somebody. And especially how like cocky and like confident he's been, the things he's been saying. Like he's really cocky.
Oh yeah,
He set himself up, that's for sure.
I think he's gonna be all right, man. I think he's gonna be all right.
Yeah,
I
like it. I like it,
Me
man.
too.
These guys need to come in. They need to bet on themselves.
I think he'll be all right, but there is going to be times where he gets embarrassed. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's the NBA. He's like you said,
he's a rookie.
No, but he's talking like he's he's going to be humbled. That's for sure.
All right, good. All right, man.
Let me ask you guys this.
Go ahead.
What out of it's 3 teams? I'm if it's another team, I'm leaving out for the young core. Let me know. 3 teams on my mind: the Rockets, the Pistons, and the Thunder. Which one of those young cores do you like the most?
Chuck?
The Rockets, the Pistons. What was the third team?
Thunder.
The Thunder.
No, the Magic's got a really good young court too. You got Paolo.
I was gonna say
Cole
them,
Anthony. You got Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner.
But didn't they just get rid of Bamba?
No, they got him back. They keep him.
They
kept him.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a great
I would
question.
say that's a good question.
The Grizzlies have a really good
the Rockets were looking well. They got rid of Wood, Christian Wood. He's out of there now. But they got Kevin Porter Jr. They got Jalen Smith. They got Jabari Smith. The Thunder, man, I really like them with Giddey because Giddey was showing a lot of Rookie of the Year.
Giddey tough.
He can
They
play.
still got SGA.
Right. They still got Gilgeous Alexander.
They got Poultry or Polkashevsky, whatever. Polka. I don't know how to say his last name.
Yeah, he has some inklings.
Yeah, the Slender Man.
You're right. Yeah, man. Then they just added Holmgren. So
That's
Detroit, they got Cade and Jaden Ivey. And you got Sadiq Bey. Yeah, they still got Killian Hayes, who's been battling injuries. It was a lottery pick. You don't know what he's got yet. They just got Marvin Bagley, who was in a bad situation. Maybe he does something with, maybe improves with a better role. And I think the Grizzlies. Ja, Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, I completely left them out. And I'm thinking more of along the lines of your
not established yet.
First in 2 years.
Yeah.
Cores. And I mean,
I like Detroit. I like Detroit.
That out of your 3, I like Detroit.
I like Detroit too because they're in the East. I think there'll be less competition in the East. They'll be better. They'll be able to excel more versus the West.
The East is better than the West.
That's
now.
what I'm saying. That's a crazy thing to say.
I don't know. I don't
They have more teams over 500. Their 9th seed was what? 3 games over 500? 4 games over 500?
Right.
Yeah.
So was the 10th seed.
Because
the top 10 seeds were over 500.
The West, they were looking at what, like 14, 15 games back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were top. The West was top heavy.
Yeah, the East is more deep.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. So what do y'all think about the Rudy Gobert trade?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
My thought about trades like that is I never can understand how you, in this case, it's about 9 people, 8 or 9 people, how you can give up so many for one. That's always my frustrating thing to understand. that you give that many people for one. I know other teams trying to build a nucleus or whatever the case may be. You give them all these draft picks. Gee, thing is, you never know how draft picks going to turn out. You don't. But still, that many people for one.
And that many people, like, that should have been what they gave for KD. Not
Right.
Rudy Gobert.
Right, exactly.
He wasn't going to go to Minnesota though.
Yeah, I know, but just
Yeah.
or that's what they should have gave for Donovan
But that
Mitchell.
kind
How about that?
I guess that kind of trade. Yeah.
You have to
Ridiculous.
consider that Rudy Gobert has been established. He has the accolades. So
Yeah.
he's gonna have to be paid money. And if you're gonna trade him away, you're gonna need assets back. Like regardless,
Yeah.
because he's signing a max deal or whatever he signed. It's crazy.
But I mean, Rudy though, you're going to give more assets for a guy who can play both ends or is more offensive minded because it's an offensive minded league, like these guys said earlier. So, a guy that needs like a true point guard to really be successful on offense, I wouldn't give up that much for him.
So who are we saying won that trade?
Utah,
I
they
don't know
got
what's
draft
going on in
capital
Utah.
and young players. They want to rebuild.
Utah?
They got assets.
I still think the Timberwolves won it because I think they have a better chance of winning than the Jazz. So I think that puts them closer than the Jazz did, man. I don't know. So what are you gonna move? You gonna move Cat to the 4 now and put Gobert at the 5?
Yeah, you have to.
And play big.
Yeah, but the Jazz also, remember, Gobert and Mitchell hated each other. They said at one point in the offseason Gobert said it was him or Mitchell who was going to get traded. So
Yeah.
now they got more assets to build around Donovan.
So
And they should have kept Pat Bev. We completely left out, by the way, the Pelicans are the young core and the Cavaliers. Two teams who have good young cores.
But you still have sprinklings of like some vets
older.
through that. That's why
Yeah.
I'm thinking about these fresh teams with
Right,
the
gotcha.
youngest cores. But that's why I said, hey, if I was missing any teams, like shoot them.
No, I couldn't believe I forgot him too. Like I was just whoa.
Yeah.
I'm so used to Cleveland not being good.
You would put Sacramento in there because they're older.
They have
team.
De'Aaron Fox and Davion Mitchell. That's it.
4 years.
Sabonis.
They're
And
still young.
I actually like when they got Sabonis too.
Yeah, they just need a coach that knows how to use the players they got. They got some talent over there. They don't have a coach that know how to use them though.
I mean, Luke Walton wasn't it?
No. So Gideon says he thinks the Wolves won the trade as well, man. Gideon asked y'all, what do you think of the play-in tournament? He said, I say it should be only used for tiebreaker purposes when 8th and 9th teams have the same regular season records.
Yeah, because it has. I don't know. I don't like to play in. I don't like it at all.
No. What about you, Chuck? Do you think it adds some excitement to the game?
It adds some excitement, but we went so long without having to play in. Why start doing it?
Yeah, and you got like the Cavs who were the 8th seed, or right? They were the 8th seed. They're 7th seed, and like they're a young team ascending. See what they do in the playoffs instead of making them having to win 2 games against more other teams just to get it. I don't know. I don't like it. And then and then it protects guys like your Lakers, G, with an old descending crap roster. You know, be able to take a chance away from seeing what these young guys can do.
Right. I say what I said, but I guess it could be looked at different ways. If you had to play, if you got a team that struggled during the season because they had injuries, and they make it to that spot, and then they get into the play-in, and then they may excel like when the Hawks did a couple years ago.
Yeah, but if you're 9th and 10th seed all year, like Gideon says, it just gives people a pass for being terrible. If you're bad over a whole season and you're in top 10 or you're in the 9th and 10th spot, you don't deserve the playoffs, man. Doesn't matter who you are.
I agree, but I've seen this sentiment a lot. It's like it's here now, so compete. Compete. It is what it is. It does suck, in my personal opinion. Some of these teams don't deserve it. You're just on the outside fighting around the 13th and 12th spot.
Right. And Trev, it was supposed to stop teams from tanking. Has it stopped teams from tanking at all? The Thunder's been consistently tanking.
How many teams are we really talking about tanking every year, though?
Right, but that was what the big thing was. It was giving more teams a chance to compete for the play-in instead of tanking, but it hasn't stopped any team that wants to tank from tanking.
And not so much tanking. I guess it was players sitting out games towards the end of the season.
That hasn't stopped either.
Yeah, that ain't stopped. Look, as you saw, the Bucks set everybody so they wouldn't play the Nets in the first round.
How do you think that would have gone? Because I mean, the way they looked against the Celtics, and I know that's a different sort of different defensive team, well, entirely. But
honestly, I think now looking back on it, I think it would have probably been the same way. I think the Bucks would have ran through them too. I think that Nets team was in turmoil, and watching the interview that their second-year player had today or yesterday at a game when they brought up his coach, Steve Nash.
You're talking about Cam Thomas?
Cam Thomas, yeah. he didn't seem too excited about his coach, Steve Nash. And I think Steve is kind of losing the team, man. I think he's kind of losing the team.
Well, that and, Drew Holiday still could have guarded Kyrie Irving. He's just as good a defender as Marcus Smart perimeter-wise when he's healthy. Giannis is a defensive player of the year, So
right.
They still could have locked him down.
And the Nets still can't play defense. So I think it still would have been the same thing. So
Kevin the Runner. He's a runner.
Kevin the Runner. Track star.
They had,
here we go.
Steph Curry. They had Steph Curry. He was promoting his golf stuff, and they were asking him about the issues they were having in Brooklyn. I was sitting there watching them, like, man, this is just terrible now. Like, you got a guy on the active roster, like, talking about KD's decisions, Kyrie's decisions, what they're doing with Ben Simmons, and I was like, this is terrible, man. They just need to.
You could tell by the poster to my left. I love it.
Yeah. People in New York, man. But y'all have y'all's own problems.
Well, we always will. But at least it's not this.
Oh,
you can't choke in the finals if you never go. Remember.
All right.
You never
so getting asked, man, what do y'all think KD and Kyrie will go? And do y'all think they're going together?
Kyrie going to the Lakers, man.
I can see that.
And how funny would it be if Kyrie gets traded to LA for Russ, and then they can't find a trade partner for KD, so KD, Russ, and Ben Simmons got to play together.
Well, I want you to elaborate on that. How do you feel like Kyrie's going to make his way to LA of all places when he just re-signed?
He opted
into his contract, his player option.
Because they're both be salary dumps that the other teams don't want. If you're trading KD and Kyrie, like if that's what you're trying, everybody's forcing a trade, you got to rebuild. And if you can, Russ will go there. If you're rebuilding, you want expiring contracts and assets. And Kyrie, nobody else wants Kyrie. It's been well reported that the Lakers are really the only ones. And now LeBron's saying he won't sign an extension unless they trade for Kyrie. So, GM LeBron, he'll probably get them to somehow swing a trade for Russ and Kyrie straight up to get draft picks. KD,
I don't see it happening.
they're asking. Well, if it does, then they're asking way too much for Kevin Durant. You know what they asked for Boston? From Boston, they want Jason Tatum, Robert Williams, Marcus Smart, and 4 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's what. So if they keep asking this, they're not going to trade him.
KD ain't going nowhere. KD gonna be
so how funny would it be if Russ and got to play with KD again against KD's will?
My dad said the Heat. Then Gideon said, man, Heat would have to trade Bam. Nets want Hero, Robinson, old Larry. Yeah. They doing it on purpose. They trying to make it impossible for anybody.
Yeah.
I just think it'd be hilarious to see KD and Russ again.
Yeah.
It's a steep price for him, man. They're asking for a lot. And then I'm not sure if this report was true, but they said that KD wanted to be he wanted to play with Bam, Lowry, and Butler. I'm like, you're not what do you mean? You're not getting there.
Yeah, we'll give you Hero and a first-round pick. That way you guys can stay relative. Yep, we'll take that.
No way.
We'll take it. Yeah.
To see that the best thing he can do, and any team that wants Kevin Durant, it's one more year. He opted into he has one more year on his deal. If you're if you're the Heat, the Suns, whoever he wants to go to, run it back because you can still compete at least in the playoffs. You're still contenders, and then sign him for nothing. That's the best thing you can do. Don't gut your team for him. If you look at a team that's getting rid of him, did it work for them gutting their team for these guys?
Yeah. All right, fellas, man. Hey, speaking of trades, man, our last topic.
It's like you can't move.
Cleveland finally got rid of Baker Mayfield. Baker finally got his wish.
Couldn't have went to a better place.
He went to a place where it seems like the receivers don't want him, but hey, he's out of Cleveland.
He only throws the tight ends anyway.
I'm happy for him because I wouldn't want to play for them again ever either. So, do y'all think he will make the Carolina Panthers better?
Yeah, he's better than Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Browns are paying him $500,000 to play against him week 1 to go against Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. Poor Cam, Pop Cam, he don't have a job. There ain't no poor Cam. Cam don't have a job. Chuck, what do you think, bro? OG.
Oh, I think he'll definitely make the Panthers better. I don't know how Corey feels about it.
He might disagree. Just because you said that, he disagrees.
May make it a little bit better on his team. I mean, a little bit hard on his team, a little bit more competition, but I can't see the Panthers being they may be 3rd or 4th in that division still.
I mean, if everything falls their way, they might make the wild card on the last team.
Okay.
And that's like if everything falls their way.
Okay. Trevor.
Yeah, man.
What you think, man? I know you're an ATL guy, but your family from Cleveland, right? Are you?
Yeah, that's the home state, man. That's
Are you a Browns fan?
I think over the years I've had to just accept that that's my home team because I've never really fully been a Falcons fan. Georgia sports has been so disappointing since we've lived here, but they've had success lately, and I like the Hawks. But the Browns, man, this is such a crazy situation, and I was initially excited for the Deshaun Watson signing. Just because he's an upgrade as a quarterback, but him as a person, now I have my own opinions about that. I'll say this, and a lot of people don't give Baker Mayfield discredit. He was semi-decent his rookie year, I believe, and the Browns didn't. I mean, that's one of the hardest divisions to play in football.
That.
Probably the most.
We made the playoffs, took us to the playoffs, and it was that little glimpse of hope.
And beat Big Ben.
Exactly. And so I have to a lot of the times tell people, it's like when it comes to Ohio sports and especially the Cleveland Browns, it's nothing you could really say to hurt our feelings, because it's like this is what we expect. We expect to be garbage. We expect that every year. So when we get a little glimpse of some hope, we're gonna hold on to that. And I don't think he got enough credit for quarterbacking. It doesn't matter. I don't care if he was a third string and he'd have brought us there. Like, he led the team. And
with a bum shoulder last year too. He had a lot of injuries as well.
Which I also didn't understand. So if you're hurt, you're hurt. Don't play. If you're hurt, you're hurt.
That just shows toughness. And he brought stability to that quarterback position that hasn't been there since I've been alive.
Yeah. And I didn't see him sticking around through the Deshaun situation. I felt like he was going to move. I really didn't have an idea where he was going to end up. But Carolina, man, I mean, they've been in need for a while. And it shows because, it was so funny watching Cam come back and have that kind of reception. But it's like, y'all are bringing him in on the goal line to just run the ball and like, what's going on here? And they have their own struggles. So, we'll see what he does, but he needed a different environment. So hats off to him. I hope he does well.
It's a better fit too, because like DJ Moore is a really good intermediate, possession guy, quick throws, and Baker's good in the quick throw game. You got Christian McCaffrey, the ultimate safety blanket. When he's healthy, he's great. They got a solid defense. He could do some things. He could win 9 games. Realistically, if everything goes well, probably 6 or 7 max. But but better than Sam Darnold.
It's hilarious, man.
That's good, man. That's good.
Seeing him match up in the the NFC South.
Yeah, you got the Saints,
the
Falcons,
Tampa Bay.
We'll see what the Saints' identity is as well. We'll see what they're. They might be able to.
A lot of that's what they faced Jameis twice. They faced Marcus Mariota twice.
And they got a new coach, right? You got you won't have Sean Payton back there to do anything. So it's going.
Carolina doesn't have like an awful offensive line or skill players. They don't have awful defense. They're a middle of the road team.
Yeah. That NFC South, man, it's gonna be ran by Tampa Bay still.
Yep.
That's Tampa Bay division to lose. So, man, we'll jump into some more football, man, coming up on Wednesday because training camp is gonna be starting up in about 2 weeks for everybody, man. So we are closing in on the season.
Great.
We would jump into a little more football, man, coming up. So, hey, man, I got to give a big shout out to my dog, Big Trevor, ATL guy, Barry, my dog. Appreciate you, homie. Thanks for jumping on with us, big dog.
Yeah, man, I was trying to hop in during the Dame conversation. Corey sent me the link, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You're welcome anytime, bro. Welcome anytime. A to the Z Media Network, my dog Zach, man. You always welcome to the show, my dog. We appreciate you, baby. OG, thanks for putting it down, man. Hey, you gonna hold the show Wednesday? You want to host the show Wednesday?
I can host it.
I'm a dog, my dog. Gideon, my dog, man. Appreciate you jumping on, bro. Hey, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button, dog. Hey, we're gonna try to get you on Wednesday too, man. I heard you you Mr. Know Everything, man, Mr. Statistician.
And Dame hater. No,
and Dame
not
hater.
A Dame hater. I just mess with him.
Hey, and I can see why you and Zach are friends, man. Y'all both.
We argue all the damn time.
Yeah, y'all both statisticians over there.
Well, because I'm a hater. I'm gonna call it a realist. I'm not a hater.
You start talking about the Mamba, though. I can't believe you.
I love Kobe. He just
I
wasn't
don't
an
want to hear it.
all-star
I don't want
last
to hear
year.
it.
He was an all-star, man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Jay, James Little John, Steezers, my guy Gideon, anybody else that we may have missed out there, man. Thank y'all for rocking with. We'll see y'all on Wednesday, 8 o'clock, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us, man. Y'all have a blessed week. We are out. Peace.
All right, fellas.
All right, dog. Peace.